Hello, welcome to Of the People. Hitler would be proud. That's right, you heard it. Hitler would be proud. As I look around the country and I see the anti-Israel, anti-US, by the way, why is it always not one or the other? It's always both. But as I look around the country and I see these protests spread, starting at Columbia, and now you have all these copycat protests, two thoughts come to mind. The first is that the Intifada, not that everyone knows what it is, but the Intifada is here in this country. Death to the United States, death to Israel, from the river to the sea. What does anybody think that means? So the fight is now, it used to be, and if you go back to those old battle hymns, there was a battle hymn in World War I called Over There, and I would sing it for you, but then we would lose all our listeners. But it's over there, that kind of thing. Well, the Intifada is not over there anymore, ladies and gentlemen. It's here. It's over here. It's in this country. So that's the first thought with all of this. And the second thought is really that Hitler would be proud. I mean, Hitler during World War II had something called the final solution. And the final solution, very simply put, was extermination and genocide of the Jews. Right? That's it. I mean, that's what led to the Holocaust. That's what, and how many countries turned turned a blind eye. So you turn the other cheek. It's not quite accurate. But that's the final solution. Someone needs to tell me what the difference is between Hitler's final solution and the final solution, or the solution being proposed by the pro-Hamas, pro-terrorist, pro-Palestinian, anti-Israel, anti-US, death to America mob and crowd that we're seeing in the news. Because let's be really clear with all of this. People are saying, well, it's just college campuses and they're young and they don't know what they're talking about. That's a bunch of nonsense. They are organized, they are trained, and yes, they're easily led. The reason why Hitler Youth Movement, right? Hitler went after the youth for a reason. You go after the youth, and you control the next generation. You cannot simply say that this is because they're young and they don't know what they're talking about. And they are being radicalized, and they're being trained to be radicalized. And the apathy in this country, because people seem to think, well, it's only happening on college campuses. Coming to a town, usually a blue city, near you very soon. The question is, how many other excuses are we going to make before we as a country act? Now, you're starting to see the police act, but they've taken over Columbia's, the Dean's Hall, and I forget the name of the Dean's Hall. They're barricading it. This is reminiscent of Chad. This is reminiscent of Black Lives Matter, which we're going to get to during the show. But understand something. This is not just about the Jews. This is not just about Israel. This isn't even just about America. This is about a clash of cultures. And, the UN issues, or is about to issue, or is toying with, if you read the news, they're about to issue an arrest warrant for Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, charging him with war crimes, and the International Court, the UNICC, is going to issue an arrest warrant. Now, whether they do or don't, it's out there, and they're floating that trial balloon. And again, the charges would be genocide in Gaza, which someone needs to, there's no question there's been civilian casualties, but if there's any country that has gone to great pains because they know they're under the microscope to avoid as many civilian casualties as possible, it's been Israel. Juxtaposed against that, right? Where the UN is going to charge a foreign head of state who's at war with genocide against the genocide from the river to the sea that's being pushed by these pro-Hamas, pro-terrorist supporters, and the UN is silent. And for the most part, the Biden administration is silent. There's a reason that in the Intifada, or in the Muslim world, they refer to the United States as the big Satan and Israel as the little Satan. So all I can say as I look around is that Hitler would be proud. He'd be very proud at what's going on in this country, and no one seems to really give a damn except a small percentage. And that's the monologue.